What up, and welcome to the fifth and final day of filming for the E-Fise Finals. I didn't think I'd have another chance to go out and film for this edit, but luckily I finished work early again. I hit Slug up, he was free, he came straight over, and we went right back to refilm my ender clip. Now this trick was killing me, it was keeping me up at night, it was all I could think about. I just kept picturing that stair set. I thought about how I didn't really get that hurt, and how much I knew I could five that stair set. It wasn't that big. And it was just playing over my head, so I had to go back there and do it. I was feeling really motivated this day and good, like I was going to come away with this clip. I knew this time I really needed to feel out the landing of these steps, so I knew what to expect once I got there. So that's the first thing I did, was I just kept jumping from a few steps up into the landing and just feeling what the floor is like. We completely skipped the warm-up spot this day as well. I just wanted to get there and get it over and done with. I didn't want to waste any energy. I didn't want to risk getting hurt. I just wanted to go there and do it. Instead, I warmed up on the smaller steps that come before these ones. This step is a lot smaller and is almost perfect for warming up to jump the bigger set. As an absolute last minute choice, I decided to grab my wrist guards before we left the skate this day. And I decided to wear them just because the ground at the spot is super rough. You can't put your hand down at all without completely destroying it. But I find wrist guards very distracting. And I don't know why, but I just can't blank out the fact that I can feel them, that I'm wearing them. I decided to five the smaller set just to build my confidence, so I kept doing that.
Oh, good start, I don't know.
Oh man. After fiving that set, I thought maybe I could do a line where I five the first set, 180 the bigger set, just in case I don't get the five. But after giving it one attempt, I didn't think I can get enough speed, and I absolutely hate the quick little 180 to sprint that I do after the five. So it wasn't happening. Regardless, I did need to land a 180 down the stairs first, so we move on to trying that now.
Bit nervous?
Yeah. Nice remembering that feeling there. From the top of the stairs looking down, all I could think about was how painful it was to fall the last time I attempted them. I knew I had to land this first attempt. There was no testing it out, no jumping and collapsing at the bottom. I had to roll away, otherwise I was going to be too hurt to keep going. Luckily I was a lot more confident this time because I had done a bunch of little test jumps. I knew what the ground was going to feel like, so I knew I could roll away if I just threw myself at it. All I had to do was get pumped up. And there's me overcoming that fear, getting past the thought of falling like the last time and lacing that 180. Now I'm super juiced and I just want to go up there and land that 180 smoothly so that I can move on to the 540. Every time I was landing here, my feet were going super squiggly because I was trying so hard not to wash out. And I kept clipping my front wheel and my back wheel, just like the infamous crossover fall everyone does when they put on some bigger wheels. I knew I had to land one 180 where I didn't land squiggly because it could end up being the only clip I get today. So I went straight back up there to try it again. And there it was, a 180 with no squiggly feet on the landing. This was such a relief for me. At this stage, I had something to come away with from this day. If for not the five, I have this smooth 180 clip that I can put in instead. But I still really wanted that five. It'd be a much better clip to get a five. Sadly though, I started to talk myself out of the five. The fact that I had to fight so hard to get a solid landing on the 180 really put me off of the five, because I knew that it wasn't going to be as simple as just throwing a five and landing it. I'm going to have to throw a five and really focus on how I land so I don't wash out. And that just adds to how scary the trick is. The feeling in me that I was going to throw myself and try it was slowly leaving me, so I had to try some tactics to get it back in me. The first thing I tried to do was to do it in a line. And this is where I was going to quickly 180 the stairs, run back up and do a 540. That's a great trick if you want to try to trick yourself into doing something you're afraid of. Do it in a line. Even if you're doing like a little store before you hit a handrail or something, it makes a big difference. Sadly though, this trick wasn't going to work today because the 180 put me off the 5 because of how hard it was to land. So instead I decided to try 5 the small step and straight away 5 the big step. But sadly, that wasn't working either. I still didn't feel like I was going to throw myself down the stairs. So I decided to get down to the bottom and feel out the ground again. But the problem with that technique is I can 180 from the middle of the stairs and land on the ground to feel it out, but I can't throw a 540 from the middle of the stairs. So I'm not going to know what it feels like to land until I throw a 5 from the top. And that's when I realized it's all on me. There's no tricks that are going to work. I'm just going to have to hype myself up and do it. Once I really tried to pump myself up, we were interrupted by this nice lady.
Totally blind in this eye and have peripheral vision in this eye. And I used to roller skate years ago.
Yes,
Yeah, it's cool. But I still love to see it. And I love skateboards because I can hear them coming. And I love it. Absolutely love it.
Now this was super cool. She was super nice. I ended up throwing a quick 180, hoping that she would see that and kind of move on. But she didn't. So now I was doing this with an audience, which only got bigger from there. Not really big, but there's definitely people watching me, which made a big difference.
540.
This moment right here was so frustrating. I saw the trick, I could feel it in me, it was going to happen. But on the run up, I thought one of the people that was watching me was going to get in the way. So I pulled out and it completely wasted that motivation. I had it really in me, I was super pumped up. And just that one little thing threw it off. And that was so frustrating because I do not have control. I haven't unlocked the super way to unlock that feeling of just throwing something. It's really hard for me to get that, especially to bring it back. And it was instantly gone as soon as I pulled out of that run up. I was so pumped up at that point, it was scary. My heart was pounding. I couldn't relax, I couldn't focus. So I had to sit down and chill out because I couldn't do anything. I was worked up, you know. I've never had that happen before. I've never felt like that after not committing to a trick. It's very unique to that situation. And after calming down, the thought of not doing this trick really came into me. It really felt like I wasn't going to be able to get it. Like the motivation was completely gone. I was scared. I was not feeling it. The buzz was gone. So I decided to try the tricks again to get myself to do it. So I went back to the small set and tried to 5 it. After this 180, I was set that I wasn't going to be able to get the 5 today. I had completely given up. That 180 felt sketchy enough that it didn't build my confidence and I didn't think I was going to do it. So when I got back up the stairs and I was looking at it, I tell Slug, I don't think it's happening today. And the second I tell him that, I find it again. And I just thought to myself, no, I'm not done. I am not going home disappointed. I can definitely do this trick and I'm going to prove myself wrong. And I don't know if you can see it in me here, but after this attempt, I knew I had this trick. The fear was completely gone. I was going to land this 540 whether it killed me. The landing of these stairs just kept beating me. No matter what, I couldn't stay on my feet. On top of that, people kept getting in the way. All this was just making it so frustrating. I just wanted to land this trick so I could go home.
Do you want me to ask that guy to stop for a moment?
No, that's fine.
Sure.
Yep. Here he comes.
Really did it.
You alright, boy?
Fuck
yeah, sick.
I finally got this trick. I still don't really believe that I've done it now. It seems very out of character of me to overcome a situation like that. This is a trick I've been wanting to do ever since I saw a picture of these stairs. That was years ago now, and I finally did it. Despite everything, I got it done, and I was so pumped on that. As soon as I got home, I got the camera out to capture how I was feeling, so I'll cut to that now. Oh my god. This part right here, this is the best part of rollerblading, or of aggressive rollerblading anyway. The point where either you do something you know you could do and you lace it, you get that clip, or you do something you didn't know you could do. You push that limit. There is nothing like that feeling. I'll say that every time. That's the thing that got me hooked on rollerblading from the start. I know how hard it is. I'm an example of how hard it is to push yourself to do stuff out of your comfort zone. But I really encourage you to do it. If there's that stair set at the skate park that you want to jump, if there's that A-frame rail, if there's something that scares you, make yourself do it. There's nothing like the feeling. The first time I went there and I took that 1-4, it let me know I was done, man. I couldn't explain why. Like now I have absolutely no bruises, only a couple of cuts on my hand from that first session. And luckily Slug came with the clutch, not only filming perfectly, but he came all the way over here. He lives way out of town. It's a good, like, I don't know, over 30-minute drive easily, probably closer to like 40, I don't know. It's a long way. He came all the way here to meet me after work to go back to the set that I just died on not long ago. And he stayed there for the hours I was there, and he stayed till I got that clip, so shout out to him. Anyway, I'm just stoked here. So I say there that I got no injuries, but I definitely did get injured, and it's probably the worst injury I've had in my skating career because it's taken me out of skating for around 3 months now. This trick has even put me off my favorite skate of all time, the Rossi's M12. But I'll talk more about that in another video. You're gonna have to subscribe to see that. And that's it for my E-Fise B-roll series. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey to film a street edit in a few days. Huge shout out to everyone who's watched this since the first one. I'll link to the first one in the corner if you missed it. And if you somehow still haven't, please check out the edit that this is the B-roll for. I'll link that in the description. I don't know when I'm posting this, but if votes are still open, please vote for New Zealand at E-Fise. I'll link that in the description as well. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Huge shout out to James as well as the rest of my patrons and members. These guys help me keep these videos coming. And I'll see all of you later on. Peace out.